Welcome, friends, to The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***ck by Mark Manson. This book flips the script on traditional self-help, arguing that life's struggles give it meaning and that it's okay not to be positive all the time. Manson begins with a blunt statement. This book doesn't give a fuck about alleviating your problems or your pain. Instead, it encourages embracing life's challenges and finding value in them. Thanks for listening to our podcast by Nature Relaxation Music Channel and Aramation Studios. Chapter 1. Don't Try. Chapter 1 opens with the intriguing story of Charles Bukowski, a German-American poet, novelist, and short story writer. Bukowski's life was far from the typical success story. He spent years in and out of dead-end jobs, lived in cheap rooming houses, and had a long battle with alcoholism. His writing was raw, gritty, and often controversial, focusing on the ordinary lives of poor Americans, the act of writing, alcohol, relationships with women, and the drudgery of work. Manson uses Bukowski as a prime example of his thesis. Despite numerous rejections and a lack of critical acclaim for much of his life, Bukowski persisted with his writing. He didn't try to conform to societal standards or pursue success in the traditional sense. In fact, Bukowski's gravestone is famously inscribed with the words, "Don't try," a phrase that encapsulates his approach to life and art. Manson quotes this as a powerful illustration of his point. Not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent, it means being comfortable with being different. Bukowski's story is used by Manson to challenge the conventional self-help narrative that insists on relentless positivity and the pursuit of extraordinary success. Instead, Bukowski's life demonstrates the value of persisting in what you believe in, despite societal expectations or traditional metrics of success. His story embodies the book's central theme, that there's a profound value in being average, in struggling, and in embracing your flaws and limitations. By highlighting Bukowski's unconventional path to eventual literary fame, Manson sets the tone for the rest of the book. He encourages embracing your authentic self and finding your own path, regardless of societal pressures or expectations. Bukowski's life story serves as an inspiring example of how not trying to conform to an idealized version of success can lead to a uniquely fulfilling life. Chapter 2. Happiness is a Problem. In this chapter, Manson explores a profound yet often overlooked truth about happiness. It comes from solving problems. He argues that happiness is not a state to be achieved in a vacuum. Instead, it's the result of overcoming obstacles. Happiness is a form of action. It's an activity, he asserts. This perspective shifts the focus from avoiding problems to actively engaging with them. Manson elaborates on the concept of the hedonic treadmill, the idea that we quickly return to a baseline level of happiness, no matter what happens to us. He suggests that this is why constantly chasing happiness is futile. Instead, we should seek meaningful struggles that align with our values. The satisfaction and sense of accomplishment that come from solving these problems bring real happiness. The chapter challenges the reader to reconsider their understanding of happiness. Rather than viewing problems as hindrances, Manson encourages embracing them as opportunities for growth. He stresses that it's not the problems that are the issue, it's our perception of and reaction to them that matters. True happiness, therefore, lies not in a problem-free life but in our relationship with our problems. Manson also discusses the importance of choosing the right problems. The quality of our lives depends not just on our ability to solve problems, but on our ability to choose problems worth solving. He encourages readers to embrace their struggles and to find joy and meaning in the process of addressing them, rather than in their resolution or avoidance. This chapter sets the stage for a recurring theme in the book. The idea that life's value and meaning come from how we engage with our challenges, not from how we avoid or negate them. It's a call to action to embrace life's inherent difficulties and find happiness in the journey of overcoming them. Chapter 3. You are not special. Chapter 3 brings a refreshing and liberating message. It's okay to be average. In a world that glorifies being special and extraordinary, Manson provides a reality check. The more you pursue feeling better all the time, the less satisfied you become, he states. This chapter questions the societal obsession with exceptionalism and the constant pressure to stand out. Manson discusses the pitfalls of believing that we're all destined for greatness. He argues that this belief leads to entitlement and disappointment when reality fails to meet our inflated expectations. Instead, he suggests finding contentment in ordinary experiences and accepting one's limitations. The chapter delves into the concept of entitlement, the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Manson contrasts this with the value of self-awareness and the importance of acknowledging one's limitations and flaws. He emphasizes that recognizing and accepting our ordinariness can lead to a more grounded and authentic life. Manson also touches upon the idea that suffering and failure are not only inevitable but beneficial. They ground us in reality, teach us resilience, and make our achievements more rewarding. Embracing our average nature doesn't mean giving up on growth or improvement. Rather, it means pursuing these goals with a realistic understanding of our abilities and worth. This chapter encourages the reader to let go of the need to be extraordinary and to embrace a more realistic and fulfilling path. It's a call to find meaning and satisfaction in the ordinary and to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the simple, often overlooked aspects of life. Chapter 4. The Value of Suffering. In Chapter 4, Manson delves deep into why suffering is not just inevitable but also valuable. He opens with the provocative idea that the quality of our life is determined by what we choose to suffer for. Our most meaningful relationships are often those defined by struggle, he writes, emphasizing that struggles are not just obstacles but opportunities for deepening our life's meaning. Manson introduces the concept of choosing your struggle. He argues that most people try to avoid suffering at all costs, which ironically leads to more suffering. Instead, he suggests actively choosing what you're willing to struggle for. These chosen struggles become meaningful pursuits, giving direction and purpose to our lives. He further explains how suffering leads to growth. When we engage with our problems, we develop resilience, empathy, and understanding. Manson challenges the reader to reconsider their attitude towards suffering, viewing it not as something to be avoided, but as something to be embraced and learned from. Manson also addresses the idea of false values, which are superficial goals that society often imposes, such as being rich or famous. He contrasts these with true values, which are more personal and aligned with one's authentic self. He encourages readers to discern and pursue true values, as these lead to struggles that are rewarding and enriching. This chapter is a call to action to embrace life's challenges. By choosing our struggles wisely and engaging with them meaningfully, we can find deeper satisfaction and a stronger sense of self. Manson's message is clear. The path to a fulfilling life is not found in avoiding suffering, but in choosing the right kind of suffering. Chapter 5. You are always choosing. Chapter 5 explores the theme of responsibility and choice. Manson starts with a powerful assertion. We don't always control what happens to us, but we always control how we interpret what happens to us. This chapter is centered on the idea that our power lies in our reactions and the choices we make, in response to life's challenges. Manson discusses the concept of responsibility, differentiating it from fault. He clarifies that taking responsibility for our problems is not the same as being at fault for them. It's about understanding that our response to a situation is always within our control, even if the situation itself is not. The chapter delves into the idea of victim mentality and how it hinders personal growth. Manson argues that when we choose to see ourselves as victims, we give away our power to change and improve our circumstances. He encourages embracing responsibility as a form of empowerment, giving us control over our lives. Manson also touches upon the concept of values and how our choices reflect what we value. He urges readers to examine their values critically and to make choices that align with their true selves. This self-examination leads to more authentic and meaningful life decisions. This chapter is a powerful reminder of the agency we possess in shaping our lives. By taking responsibility for our reactions and choices, we can navigate life more effectively and authentically. Manson's message is clear. Embrace your power of choice and use it to create a life that reflects who you truly are. Chapter 6. You're wrong about everything, but so am I. Chapter 6 addresses the importance of questioning our beliefs and staying open to being wrong. Manson starts with a bold statement. Growth is an endlessly iterative process. He emphasizes that personal growth comes from the willingness to question and revise our beliefs. Manson explores the concept of certainty and how clinging to our beliefs can hinder our understanding and growth. He argues that being too certain about our beliefs leads to close-mindedness and stagnation. Instead, he suggests embracing uncertainty and the possibility that we might be wrong. The chapter discusses how admitting our ignorance opens us up to new learning and experiences. Manson encourages a mindset of curiosity and openness, which allows for more genuine connections with others and a richer understanding of the world. Manson also tackles the issue of how our ego often gets in the way of admitting we're wrong. He urges readers to let go of their ego and to embrace vulnerability. By acknowledging our mistakes and learning from them, we can grow and develop in more meaningful ways. This chapter is a call to embrace doubt and uncertainty as sources of learning and growth. Manson's message is that by admitting we're wrong and staying open to new perspectives, we can lead more fulfilling and enlightened lives. Chapter 7. Failure is the way forward. Chapter 7 brings a crucial perspective on failure and its role in personal growth. Manson begins by reframing failure. Improvement at anything is based on thousands of tiny failures. He challenges the common perception of failure as something negative, instead presenting it as an essential component of success. Manson discusses the idea that avoiding failure is essentially avoiding success. He explains that every attempt, every failure, is a step towards achieving our goals. It's through these failures that we learn, adapt, and improve. Manson emphasizes that failure is not just something to be tolerated, but something to be sought after, as it is in failure that we find the lessons and experiences that shape our path to success. He also touches upon the concept of the do-something principle. Instead of waiting for inspiration or confidence to start working towards a goal, Manson suggests the opposite approach. Take action first, and the motivation and confidence will follow. This action-oriented approach keeps us engaged and learning, even in the face of setbacks. Manson's narrative on failure includes personal anecdotes and stories, making the concept relatable and real. He encourages embracing the discomfort and uncertainty that come with trying new things and failing at them, as this is where true growth happens. This chapter is a call to embrace failure as an ally. By understanding that failure is a necessary step in the journey of improvement and success, We can shift our mindset to see it as an opportunity rather than a setback. Manson's message is clear: fail often, fail forward, and use each failure as a stepping stone towards your goals. Chapter 8. The Importance of Saying No. In Chapter 8, Manson discusses the power and importance of saying no. He starts with a compelling statement: rejection makes your life better. This chapter explores the concept of setting boundaries and the positive impact of selectively choosing what we allow into our lives. Manson emphasizes that saying no is not just about rejecting unwanted requests or offers. It's about understanding and asserting our values. When we say no to things that don't align with our values, we say yes to things that do. This selective approach leads to a more focused and fulfilling life. He delves into the fear of missing out, FOMO, and how it often leads us to overcommit or engage in activities that don't contribute to our well-being. Manson argues that true freedom and satisfaction come from being selective, from understanding what truly matters to us, and from having the courage to reject what doesn't. The chapter also discusses the importance of rejection in relationships and personal interactions. Manson suggests that honest and clear communication, including the ability to say no, leads to healthier and more meaningful relationships. It's through setting clear boundaries that we can build respect and understanding with others. This chapter is a powerful reminder of the strength found in being selective. Manson's message is that saying no is not just a form of rejection. It's a form of self-respect and a crucial tool for navigating life in a way that is true to ourselves. Chapter 9, And Then You Die. Chapter 9, titled And Then You Die, confronts the ultimate truth of life: mortality. Manson begins by reflecting on the inevitability of death and its significance in our lives. The more we admit we do not know, the more opportunities we gain to learn, he writes, emphasizing the value of acknowledging our own ignorance and limitations in the face of the unknown. Manson explores how the awareness of death can be a powerful motivator to focus on what truly matters. He argues that the certainty of death helps us prioritize our values and actions. It's a reminder that our time is limited, and therefore, we should spend it on things that are genuinely meaningful to us. He also discusses the societal tendency to avoid thinking about death and how this avoidance can lead to a shallow, unexamined life. Manson suggests that embracing the reality of our mortality can lead to a more authentic and meaningful existence. It encourages us to live fully, to cherish our experiences, and to make the most of the time we have. Manson ties the concept of mortality to the book's overarching theme of choosing what to care about. The finiteness of life, he proposes, is what gives it meaning. By accepting death, we can live more freely, unburdened by trivial concerns and more focused on creating a life that reflects our true values and desires. This chapter serves as a poignant reminder of the brevity of life and the importance of living authentically. Manson's message is clear: embrace life's impermanence and let this awareness guide you to live a life filled with purpose and significance. Conclusion. In the concluding section of the book, Manson ties together the central themes and messages presented in each chapter. He reiterates the importance of choosing our struggles, embracing failure, being honest with ourselves, and understanding the finite nature of life. Manson summarizes the essence of his philosophy. Life is essentially an endless series of problems. The solution to one problem is merely the creation of another. This book, he explains, is not a guide to escaping life's problems, but a guide to engaging with them in a meaningful way. It's about choosing what to give a fuck about and doing so in a way that aligns with our true values and beliefs. The conclusion serves as a powerful call to action for the reader to live more authentically, to embrace life's challenges, and to find meaning in the journey, not just the destination. Manson's message is a refreshing departure from typical self-help narratives, offering a raw, unfiltered perspective on what it means to live a good life. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***ck by Mark Manson. We hope that the ideas and philosophies discussed have offered you a new perspective and will inspire you in your daily life. As we conclude this summary, we invite you to explore and embrace the challenges and joys of your unique journey, remembering that it's not about avoiding life's struggles, but about choosing the struggles that matter most to you. If you found value in this audiobook and wish to immerse yourself in more enriching content, we welcome you to subscribe to our channel, Nature, Relaxation, Music by Aramation Studios. Here, we bring you a serene blend of captivating narratives, soothing nature sounds, and harmonious music designed to relax, inspire, and uplift your spirit. Your support means the world to us. By subscribing, liking, and sharing our content, you help us grow and continue to bring you high-quality, thoughtful, and relaxing content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest releases, and feel free to share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. We love hearing from you and are constantly inspired by your insights and stories. Thank you again for being a part of our community at Nature, Relaxation, Music by Aramation Studios. Until next time, take care, embrace life's journey, and find peace in the simple moments of every day.